I just say good luck. Sometimes people don't even say it back, which is funny. I don't know.
It's like the brace run.
I don't know what's going on with these people. All right, Thoughtseize is on the stack. A little bit of glare on the stack. Let's see what we got here. Drown in the Lock, Brazen Borrower. Looks like Dothy Voidwalker, a Bowmaster possibly, a Fatal Push, and a Polluted Delta. Sorry about the glare, everybody. Take Bowmaster. All right, Bowmaster dead.
They were
Drown, Grief, Fatal Push, and Brazen Borrower. Oh, that wasn't a Voidwalker, that was a Grief, my bad.
It's not MTG.
Oh, is this the Descendants? Yeah. Okay. Oh.
that's good. Fetch.
Alright, a fetch for Hans. I don't know if Hans knew what I was playing. I don't think I knew what he was playing either, but I knew Hans was a scammer.
They're artifacts?
Yeah, they are 1/1 clown robot artifacts. They're white.
White artifacts?
Yes.
Okay.
Custom.
Digs up a very nice basic island and ponder.
It's his fault.
Force of Will, pitch, Stockhouse.
Go. Correct.
Alright, Hans plays a Trop and passes the turn. Expecting to get Grief next turn. We know Grief is in hand. Could hard cast it. Don't remember what I was holding here, but not a lot going on.
Sure. Go. Keep it. Draw.
Alright, looks like Hans drew a Bowmaster. Hans surprised to see a basic mountain. Honestly, I'm surprised too. Everything's going in a really weird direction in this game. Yurion to hand, even though I know I'm possibly going to get griefed.
And you have Delirium cards.
Instant creature land sorcery.
End of turn, I'm going to take card of your library.
Yeah, Hans was stopping over in New York City on the way to Eternal Weekend and came to jam some matches with us at the shop, which was cool.
Monitor?
Sure. All right, here comes Grief. All right, let's take a look at my hand. Double Solitude, double Swords, Yurion, Skyclave. What a hand, chat.
That is quite interesting.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't done anything.
That is a wonderful do-nothing hand right there.
Okay, a wonderful do-nothing hand, says Hans. That's a good way to put it, I would say. All right, one Solitude is down, and we're passing the turn. And still doing nothing. Guess there's an argument to cast Skyclave there, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, right, chat?
Go.
And so
And he's gone.
grief is gone.
Michael?
Yeah.
One card left.
Drawn on the lock is cards in my graveyard
Yeah.
for power.
For converted mana cost.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I forgot what Drown on the Lock did, so I was just asking. Drown on the Lock is cards in my graveyard and checking mana value of the target. Monka's in the chat pretending to be Santa Claus. Say hello to Monka, everybody.
I'll just pass actually. I'm good.
All right.
Changed my mind about dropping Urion.
We'll brainstorm.
You got it. Go ahead.
Scott suggesting I need some duels.
Okay.
Yeah, Monka's impressed by everything going on. Yeah, I should just drop back to basics. Splash blue.
Play patchwork?
You draw half your deck and lose half your life. So, does this result? Okay. So I need to figure out exactly what 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, a brainstorm and a pass. Casting a Solitude.
Are you okay with that, or do you want me to count it?
We did it, chat. We got a creature on the board.
I didn't know. I'm dead next turn. Like, if I draw Veil of Summer,
It's just been an action-packed game. Swamp Cycle.
Not that good.
Yeah, the reanimating of the Solitude in my graveyard would be pretty funny, and I guess it's part of the reason I haven't put Urion on the table just yet. But now, putting Urion on the table could blink my Solitude, and that honestly, that's really exciting. That's really exciting. If that happens, I think we're going to lose our minds in the chat. Yeah, surprise stream. Surprise stream. Nobody saw this one coming. Here's a Bowmaster for Hans.
I assume he's been got.
Pinging my Solitude.
I'm assuming you're gonna block.
All right, so in the glare on Hans' side is a lonely Bowmaster, no Orc Army friend for it. It looks like Hans just drew a Reanimate. Attacking with the Bowmaster. Yeah, I'm telling my Eternal Weekend champion opponent what play they should make.
So this gets 2, and then make 1.
Just trying to help, you know? Looks like holding a grief as well. Just passing the turn. End step Bowmaster. This creature's everywhere, chat. What were they thinking, right? Yeah. Universes beyond. All right, trying to help me out with the token here as I struggle to find mine.
Sorry.
Yours is nice.
Alright, my turn?
Yeah.
Go to attacks.
Yeah.
2. 16.
Mayor of Pendrell Vale, you are late. Forceville says, am I the only person that finds Bowmaster versus Bowmaster abysmal to play? I don't find it abysmal. It's fine. All right, here's Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge, everybody, we're doing it.
If I had one more 0, I could have triple.
Yeah, Stoneforge resolves.
Stoneforge resolves. College are complete. All right, crossing Fatal Push off the pad. Stoneforge down.
Reanimate Bowmaster.
Reanimate on Bowmaster. That's cool.
Always crack your bottom because you'll have plus impossible.
Don't know at this point if I know anything left in hand for Hans. I mean, I know what I can see right now, but in the player's seat, I'm not sure what I know is left in hand at this point. He knows I have Urion and Skyclave.
So I have a copy
Magus of the Moon.
That I will have responses to.
Oh yeah, I put that card. I was like insult angry.
Yeah, finally baited it out.
Sorry.
All right, there's the Drown on the Lock. Oh, that's right. I knew about Drown on the Lock. That's right. That's right. People are making fun of my basics.
5 cards, yeah.
They think I don't have what it takes to play dual lands.
That resolves. Yeah.
I'll put an illusion off to the side.
Yeah.
It's your go.
All right, so if Skyclave leaves the battlefield, I'll get a 2/2 illusion. And Bowmaster for Hans has been exiled. Looks like we're going to Swamp Cycle here. Oh, Hans also knows I have Cauldron in hand, right? Yeah.
Do I draw something? No.
So with Reanimate in hand for Hans, it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Unlikely to be reanimating my Magus of the Moon, that's for sure. Gonna go for Grief first, I guess. Urion, Swords, and Cauldron. Oh, so he knew my whole hand. Okay.
It's one of my favorite cards. When I started playing it, I was like, holy shit, what am I doing?
I was so pissed off at it when I first released it. Because it felt too good.
I will take the
Urion is dead. Yeah, we were talking about that Channel Fireball box on our last stream. It's Yeah. It's been through some battles. Extraction Specialist. Legacy staple. Force pitching Brazen Borrower. OSB, thank you for the sub. Looks like a first time sub. Appreciate that.
I don't because it bounces. The spell's not resolved. So
I'll take 3. 13.
All right, Grief gets in for 3 damage. Not going to be double blocking here. Grief, of course, has Menace.
Would you pitch the force? This?
Okay, I wasn't sure if that Brazen Borrower was what it was doing there. It had no adventure indicator card next to it, so I knew it wasn't on an adventure, but just wanted clarity about everything going on, you know? You know how it is, chat. All right, you know we're in a game when we're looking through each other's graveyards. Most obvious reanimate ever. Let's get this party rolling, says Hans. Uh-oh. All right, reanimate on Troll of Khazad-dûm.
you're good to go.
And Murktide? Oh my god.
Hester?
Eight Murktide. So a Troll of Khazad-dûm, an 8/8 Murktide, a Grief, and a 1/1 Orc Army are the creatures on Han's side. It's a little bit hard to see everything with the glare. College of Complete, Source to Plowshares are the cards in my hand. I believe Hans is holding a Brazen Borrower, but I'm not 100%. I've kind of lost track. Yeah, Hans didn't go for reanimating Solitude or Yorion. They're maybe afraid of Caracas, and I'm going to Swords Murktide. At this point in the game, I think, if I don't know the card in hand, if it's not written down on my pad, I think I'm worried about Days for College of Complete being the last card in hand. All right, that's a Thalia and pass the turn. That prevents the Grief attack because first strike would take it out. Troll of Khazad-dûm attacks. Pass the turn.
Bottom. Only way I can win here is if I go hard. So I have 1 mana floating. Exactly.
2 cards in Han's hand. I believe I'm thinking one of them is probably Days. That's a Stoneforge. I believe I dig up Batterskull here. Yeah, so Brazen Borrower and Underground Sea are the cards in hand for Hans. In my seat, I was thinking it was there was probably a Days in hand. Or it was possible there was a Days in hand. That was my read of the situation anyway, from what I remember. The only other equipment in my library right now is Lion Sash, which is kind of interesting, given the current situation. But we are going to be grabbing Batterskull. Do I think Daze is in on the draw? I mean, it's possible some number. It's either that or something like Brazen Borrower or a Snuff Out or something. Would be my guess if I had to take myself back to this moment and guess what I thought was in hand. Or Hans was just holding lands. I mean, let's put it this way. I didn't think the last card in hand was like Bowmaster or something like that. It was definitely a removal spell or something that hasn't had a use yet, like Daze or Force of Will. Petty Theft on my Skyclave, it looks like on end step. What do you think, though, chat? Do you just slam Cauldron Complete in this game?
I'm just going to be attacking whenever I table. Close. Yeah. Interesting game.
That's a phone ringing on the table. I'm on the play here for game 2. Looks like Hans took a mulligan. Basic Plains and Ponder for Hans.
Do you assume that I poured out all my days?
So that was game 1. So, although I fell into the discussion about the possibility of days in hand, post sideboard, on the draw, that was game 1. So it was possible days was stuck in hand. Here's a Stoneforge.
I didn't get the counter on the patchwork that one turn because I was like, I don't know if he's playing surgical, and I want to like equipping the spear is more important to me than getting a 1/1 or +1/+1 on it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yurion back in the companion zone, choosing Lion Sash this time. Thank you, Harry. I'm in the top 10 DCI most wanted. Yeah, that's actually true. All right, Snuff Out on my Stoneforge. No reactions to that. It's dead. Looks like Hans is holding Wasteland, Forza Will, Reanimate. Maybe a Troll? I'm sure. Here's Lion Sash.
I mean, the numbers say Delver's favorite, so
Lion Sash could be a good one.
he cast his favorite game 1, but then with the 5 million meltdowns, and they got Molten Collapse now, which does a benefit for them. Molten Collapse? Dreadbolt with the Suns.
Is it your upkeep?
Harry says, it was nice to meet people at Eternal Weekend with my 90s Magic hoodie on and tell them who I was and have them know in a positive way. That is awesome, Harry. I'm glad that happened. That's incredible. Harry is a pillar of our community after all. Is the merch delivered worldwide? I honestly don't know if every country worldwide would be a possibility for 90s MTG merch. You'd have to check your location. All right, Pernicious Deed comes in for Hans. It's a little bit in the glare, but it is on the battlefield.
Any card, but permanent exclusive.
It's going to cost me a lot of pain.
Hans pointing out this Lion Sash is going to cause him a lot of pain, and that's possible.
I've been checking out all my paper matches. On that. just under 70% win rate, but I've lost my last 4 matches, which is not voting for me.
So Pernicious Deed can blow up this Lion Sash at any time. Here's a Brainstorm. No Bowmaster. Ooh, a daring play by Hans. Daring play right there. Casting casting Brainstorm into Bowmaster mana.
Yeah.
Brave.
Scene, was it Costa Rica? How's the scene over there?
At some point there was like a turnaround of 12, 14 players. Now
It's not going to do much for you, though, because you got to be it's
I feel like we're in a legacy environment where Gory
Yeah, he can blow up the Deed. I'm just being dramatic.
yeah, I'm the person that don't know but I'm like pushing.
You're the coordinator.
Have I ever tapped a swamp for Swords of Plowshares? I hope not. I've made some strange plays on this channel, but I hope I've never done that. That would be a disaster.
Nothing colliding with anything.
Yeah.
Go. If you want to play, that's it. I sold a bunch of them. Now I have like 2 more to borrow.
I'm gonna pitch it to
$8. A lot less.
Does your store allow for proxies?
That's it has been on the whole thing sports, which is like
I'm getting roasted for my basics.
Go.
yeah, having someone playing
End step, exile Pluto Delta, exile Brainstorm.
I'm degenerate that wanted to buy a tabernacle.
I want to buy the cards too. 3? I feel like it's like
All right, this Lion Sash is getting in for some damage here.
if you have a monthly, that's like a no proxy only, and so they have to get the real cards in order to enter it.
End step,
I'm no
push.
End step fatal push on my Lion Sash.
Just cast a brainstorm.
I'll exile your Brainstorm. Still on my end step.
turn 1 bristle.
Yeah, let's go, everybody. You notice my mana's been open the whole time?
Because it's like the
Oh. All right, it's countered.
way to say it. The amount of money people
It would have been cool.
Yeah, I mean, once you convert.
Damn it.
What's the name of your currency? Yeah, so the conversion coin is $8 as well.
Good old Samwise.
How many colors is in one?
Yeah, I do have Urza's Rage, and I'm going to kicker it. It's in my hand right now.
What's your average per hour?
Cruiser of the Guard getting responded to by a fetch.
Oh, US.
Cast Force of Wind.
I don't have like that bad range, let's say.
So 6, pretty much you have to get all the people who are.
Yeah, I could have eaten my own yard, but I was trying to hold off Murktide crap for now.
It's very difficult. So
That is true, though. And I only suspect that Hans has maybe like 2 drowns tops in the deck, and I just wasn't going to worry about that. But I am upset my Samwise was countered, though. I'm pretty sad about it.
No power, less fine.
no, not because of that. I mean, I love old cards. Now there's a pre-modern scene.
That's Thalia.
And
Yeah, my graveyard is a possibility for Scarab Swarm, although there was only like 1 land in my yard, or 2. All right, here's Bowmaster.
standard, where you have to get, I don't know, 4 shields.
Standard surprisingly expensive.
If you're playing black, you have to shield. That's $200.
It's technically Stoneblade, but it doesn't step. I still have mine each time I open it.
End step Bowmaster. Han goes down to 5.
You do that one dude like how we just keep looping Shieldred and
I know Hans can detonate Pernicious Deed at any time. And I'm hoping he does it sooner than later. Looks like I'm holding a Solitude.
I built a vintage cube for like $200 with playing cards.com. It's like an on-based card creation company. The card stock is pretty decent. Like, it's not the best in all these leagues. Like,
Okay, change how I tap my lands and pass the turn. Looks like Hans is holding Brainstorm, Reanimate, and Drown in the Lock. Kept back the Bowmaster and Orc Army on defense. All right, playing a Caracas, then fetching. I know Caracas is vulnerable to Wasteland, but Hans would then not have enough mana to kill Yorion with Pernicious Deed, so let's see how this goes. Drown in the Lock on the stack. And it's countered by Drown in the Lock.
I could just waste it.
Still no detonating of the Pernicious Deed. Hans being very patient with that. Has had it basically the entire game and hasn't blown it up yet. Good draw. Grief.
We're investing way too much money.
I know one. I mean, we're in New York City, so it's always easier being in New York City. But I know, like, one thing that has always helped.
My hand is Flicker Wisp and Solitude.
People know about the store, so they come out to the store. Like, we've gotten so many of this already. People flying in from wherever. Be like,
Kind of an interesting choice at 3 life.
so where everyone stays in Manhattan.
It's gotta be Solitude, right? I guess. Alright, Flicker Wisp is taken. It's dead. I guess Flicker Wisp is pretty dangerous. Hans holding Brainstorm and Reanimate.
Yeah, I think we're just under 32, like 30-ish.
Brainstorm shut off at the moment. It would be lethal. Sorcery Speed, Solitude.
Well, it's inbred, and there's all your decisions are so just metagaming, like, oh, they normally do this now. No, they know I normally do that. Whereas, like, you don't get the in the blind.
Alright, exiling Grief. Casting a Vial. Passing the turn. Trying to figure this out. I mean, the Grief. If Hans detonates Pernicious Deed and leaves Grief on the battlefield by keeping mana value, you know, less than whatever on the board, wiping mana value less than whatever off the board, and then Grief survives. The Solitude would still be in my hand, but Hans would know about it. Okay, gonna chump Solitude and trade Bowmasters here. It's been an interesting game. I'm unsure if I should have held on to Solitude. That might have been better, but I'm also down a game, and I remember the clock was dwindling at this point, and I was like, I'm gonna lose this match if I don't start putting offense on the board and force my opponent to react. Here's Recruiter. So the best I can hope for it right now at this point in time is a draw, and I'm just trying to get a draw. Could I have put Flicker Wisp in response to Grief and just attack the air? How would I do that? It doesn't have flash. I'm not sure what you mean. All right, I dug up Cauldra. Pernicious Deed is detonated now. And can hard cast Cauldra next turn. And Hans is at 5, so that's the plan.
There's an interesting
Cauldra complete in hand is the plan. That's why I cast Stoneforge.
So you can actually hire
And again, I'm down a game with like 2 minutes on the clock or something. Okay, reanimate on my Recruiter of the Guard. I think that the Solitude staying in hand is great when you're not down a game with like 2 minutes on the clock. Or how there was not much time left on the clock, so it was like playing for a draw at this point from my perspective, and it was like I had to force something or I just lose the match with no way of ever getting a draw. Unfortunately, that was my situation. All right, finds Grief with Recruiter, which is fantastic. Looking for land to cast Grief. And found it. There's Grief. And Caldra's gone. And Hans most likely has won this match now. I will not be likely to win this game. But we'll see. No play. All right, everybody lives in response to the Grief. Most people still haven't seen this card yet, so I'll just put it up on the screen. I'm still not sure. It's a card I'm testing if I should bring it in this matchup. It's likely I shouldn't, but I've been wanting to get the card in my hand as many times as possible to get a feel for it. The card has been... I put the wrong card text up on the screen. The card has been pretty good in general. The card is Everybody Lives. But like I said, I'm not completely convinced I should be bringing in Everybody Lives in this matchup, but I wanted to give it a try. Figure, Hans pops a Pernicious Deed and I cast Everybody Lives in response. That kind of a thing seems interesting. Trying to fatal push my Magus of the Moon seems interesting. Trying it out. Double Caracas in hand. Hans gets it. GG's.